Madam President, I rise today to call the Senate's attention to one of the most important economic issues before us, and that is the issue of net neutrality. We face a pivotal moment in the fight to preserve an open and fair internet. Last week, the President called on the FCC to protect the bedrock principle of net neutrality. And a strong open internet is one of the best ways to protect the innovation that supports millions of American jobs. It's one of the best ways to protect the competitiveness of the digital economy. Right now, the FCC is working on formulating ways to protect a robust internet. We know the FCC received over 4 million comments on the issue of net neutrality, and it registered many concerns by the public in making sure that we protect what has been a great resource for them. They have spoken, they want to protect innovation, and they want to protect a free internet. Consumers should know for a fact that their internet service is being held to the same standards as everyone else. But we know now that there are concerns about the concentration of players in the cable and large telco market as it continues to develop. Maybe two providers will control 85% of the provider market, which raises concerns to many consumers. So today, I'm calling on the FCC to take forceful action that adopts the strongest rules possible to provide maximum protection for consumers, maximum flexibility to promote the internet economy. I encourage the FCC to adopt robust and durable rules to prevent blocking, throttling, fast lane, and to safeguard transparency for consumers. These rules should apply both to the wired and wireless broadband networks so that your web browser, your personal computer, your apps on your phone, all are treated in the same way. This important policy will provide certainty to the startup and business communities the same way as it will to the Fortune 500 companies. In other words, we will treat an entrepreneur that started their company in a garage the same way as we treat a big multinational corporation. We need to send a clear message. We do not want artificial toll lanes on the innovation economy of the future. It is my hope that the FCC arrives at a conclusion next year and issues these rules. The internet has been an engine for unprecedented economic growth for our country. Today, the tech sector represents 3.9 million jobs, according to Pew Research, and it is continuing to grow. It really does represent the American entrepreneurial spirit. YouTube was created in a garage in San Mateo. Facebook launched in a dorm room in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Amazon, when Jeff Bezos came to Bellevue, Washington, has now become a juggernaut in downtown Seattle for new growth and development. These companies might have started in a garage, but they are supporting thousands of jobs across our country. So today, we want to make sure that the internet is not under attack by those who would prefer a pay-for-play system. The biggest telecom companies are trying to write the rules of the road that would crowd out some of these opportunities for unique entrepreneurs to continue to grow the application economy of the future. That's why we can't allow internet service providers to set up fast lanes for those who can pay and slow lanes for those who can't. Our innovation economy depends on equal access for ideas. Between 2007 and 2012, development of applications for smartphones, tablets, created over 466,000 high-tech jobs and generated more than $20 billion in annual revenue. So a tiered internet system would put all of that at risk. It would allow internet service providers to cut backroom deals to determine what information America can access online. We live in an economy based on speed, and a tiered internet system would give the power to set speed limits to those on the internet or those few internet service providers and what they wanted to do. This has a major ripple effect. Imagine your doctor examining a patient via telemedicine or a student trying to access a report through a university server. All of this put at challenge by whether they have fast access or not. As an editorial in the Seattle Times said, quote, "America's democracy is in trouble when information is throttled or controlled by a few. The FCC must reverse this shameful trend," end quote. So what they're really trying to say is that creating additional barriers is tantamount, in my mind, to creating a tax on the internet. A tiered internet provider would have the reins of control, and it means that individual users could be challenged. Strong net neutrality rules will help maintain the same internet that we have today, and that is why the FCC should act. Across the country, innovators, entrepreneurs are experimenting with different app designs and different content creation, and they rely on this open internet to pursue those new business models. Nearly every startup relies on understanding that their product can reach any user connected to the internet. So allowing internet service providers to erect toll lanes would threaten the fundamental nature of the internet and every business plan of every startup that relies on consumers' ability for equal access to content. We must do better than what has been done so far, and I encourage this body to make sure that we too are going to stand up and protect the American spirit of entrepreneurship by making sure that net neutrality is the law of the land. I thank the President. I yield the floor.